I literally cannot believe what I just read. Hold your breath, football fans, because a massive storm is brewing in the Pacific Northwest that could fundamentally change the face of this franchise forever. You have no idea what just happened behind the scenes, but the whispers coming out of the front office are reaching a fever pitch, and if you care about the future of this team's offense, you need to listen closely. Our star running back, a man who has been the heartbeat of the ground game, might be packing his bags. This isn't just a minor roster move. We are talking about a potential departure to one of the biggest powerhouses in the AFC. Is it a confirmed exit? Not yet, but the projections are looking grim for those who want to keep the current backfield intact. Before I reveal the names and the shocking contract numbers involved, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our community. I want to know who is watching, so drop your name and the city you are representing in the comments right now. I read every single one. Now let's get into the meat of this situation, because the clock is ticking and the general manager has some impossible choices to make. The man at the center of this controversy is none other than Ken Walker. Yes, the explosive playmaker who has dazzled us with his vision and speed is officially entering the danger zone of his career in Seattle. While the focus right now is on the playoffs and trying to make a deep run, the reality of the business side of the NFL is starting to leak into the locker room. Ken Walker is in the final months of his 4-year, $8.4 million rookie contract. For a player of his caliber, that is an absolute bargain, but that bargain is about to expire, and the price tag for his services is skyrocketing. The latest reports from Bleacher Report and analyst Alex K have sent shockwaves through the league. They are projecting that Ken Walker will not be wearing a Seahawks jersey in 2026. Instead, they see him heading to the Kansas City Chiefs on a massive 3-year, $29 million deal. Can you imagine Ken Walker in that offense? But wait, it gets even more complicated. SpotTrack, the gurus of sports contracts, actually value him even higher, projecting a market value of 4 years and $36 million. That is $9 million a year. For a team like Seattle that has to manage a tight salary cap and worry about defensive reinforcements under Mike Macdonald, that might be a bridge too far. But why would the Seahawks let a talent like Ken Walker walk away? The answer lies in the emergence of another young star. Zach Charbonnet has been playing out of his mind lately. While Ken Walker has put up solid numbers, 930 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns this season, Zach Charbonnet has become a touchdown machine. Charbonnet has racked up 11 touchdowns on fewer carries, showing a level of efficiency and goal line prowess that has the coaching staff rethinking the distribution of touches. In fact, Zach Charbonnet is having the best season of his career, hitting career highs in almost every category. This creates a classic NFL dilemma. Do you pay the premium for the established star in Ken Walker, or do you let him walk and hand the keys to the cheaper, younger, and highly productive Zach Charbonnet? Head coach Mike Macdonald has been vocal about this. He recently admitted that Ken Walker is an explosive player who deserves more opportunities, but he also highlighted that Walker has things to clean up in his game. This kind of public critique, even when wrapped in praise, suggests that the team isn't entirely sold on making Walker the highest paid back in the league. Now let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs angle, because this is where things get truly wild. The Chiefs are in a desperate spot. Their running game completely cratered in 2025. They have no one on the roster capable of carrying a full backfield load. On top of that, Patrick Mahomes is currently working his way back from a devastating ACL injury. When your franchise quarterback is rehabbing a knee, you need a dominant running game to take the pressure off. Ken Walker would be the perfect fit for Andy Reid's system. He would go from splitting time with Zach Charbonnet to being the clear-cut #1 option in a championship-caliber offense. Alex K noted that Ken Walker would likely prefer to leave Seattle if it means he doesn't have to split carries in a platoon anymore. He wants to be the guy, and in Kansas City, he would be exactly that. But for the Chiefs to make this happen, they have to navigate their own salary cap hell. They would need to make several cost-cutting moves just to afford the $9 million annual salary Ken Walker is expected to command. From Seattle's perspective, losing Ken Walker would be a massive blow to the team's identity. Since the days of Marshawn Lynch, this fan base has expected a certain level of physical, explosive play from the backfield. Ken Walker provided that spark. However, the analytics department might be looking at the numbers and seeing that Zach Charbonnet provides 70% of the production at a fraction of the cost. In a league where the salary cap is king, those are the types of cold-hearted decisions that separate the contenders from the pretenders. General manager John Schneider has a history of being aggressive, but he is also a master of value. If he believes that Zach Charbonnet is ready for the spotlight, he won't hesitate to let Ken Walker test the open market. This brings us to a historical crossroads. We've seen teams regret letting star running backs go, but we've seen even more teams regret overpaying them. The market for RBs is notoriously volatile. If Ken Walker stays, the Seahawks are betting that his explosiveness is the key to Mike Macdonald's offensive vision. If he leaves for the Chiefs, it signifies a total shift in philosophy, leaning into the Charbonnet era. This isn't just about 2026, it's about the message it sends to the locker room. Are you rewarded for being an
an explosive playmaker, or are you a victim of the running backs don't matter era? The tactical fallout of this could be massive. Without Walker's home run threat, the Seahawks offense becomes more predictable. Charbonnet is a grinder, a north-south runner who excels in short yardage situations. Walker is the guy who can take a broken play and turn it into a 70-yard touchdown. Losing that X factor changes how defensive coordinators prepare for Seattle. You no longer have to fear the perimeter as much. You can stack the box and dare the passing game to beat you. On the flip side, the money saved by not paying Ken Walker could be used to fix the offensive line or bolster the secondary. It's a high-stakes poker game, and right now, Ken Walker holds a very strong hand. As we move closer to the offseason, every carry, every catch, and every touchdown by both Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet will be scrutinized under a microscope. The Seahawks are at a point where they have to decide who they are. Are they a team that values individual star power, or are they a team built on system efficiency? The rumors aren't going away, and the Chiefs are waiting in the wings with a checkbook ready. This situation is the definition of urgency. If the Seahawks don't act fast to secure Walker or solidify their plan with Charbonnet, they could find themselves with a massive hole in their roster and a star player haunting them from a rival contender. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of what promises to be one of the most dramatic offseasons in recent memory. The future of the Seahawks backfield is hanging by a thread, and the decision made by John Schneider and Mike McDonald will echo for years to come. What do you think? Is Ken Walker worth $36 million, or is it time to let Zach Charbonnet take over? The league is watching, and the clock is ticking loudly in Seattle.